Hi, welcome back to Pilates at Home. I'm Georgette. And as always, I like to say your body is your own responsibility. So before you do this or any other exercise program, if you do have any medical or injuries, any medical conditions or injuries, do ensure you've been signed off by your doctor before you're doing this or any other exercise program. So today we go even further into the intermediate exercises. So the intermediate exercises progress from the essential exercises. If you haven't done the essential exercises, then do have a look back at those videos and ensure you've done those exercises before progressing to intermediate. So today we do the rollover and we'll also do a one leg kick. So let's just have you on the mat. Now you can use a pillow or a ball if you need to assist yourself with the rollover, because it is quite a challenging exercise to get the legs up and over the head. So if you do need to use a pillow or a ball, you can place that just behind the lower back and then just lie right back. So if you lie back with that ball or pillow just beneath the lower back, and then you're able to lie right back on the shoulder blades so that your lower back is supported by that ball or pillow. And then you imprint the pelvis. So with the imprint, it's that pubic bone coming up towards the belly button. So your oblique muscles switched on to support your pelvis before you pick the legs up in the air. Okay, so do go ahead, use a ball or a pillow if you need to support your lower back. Otherwise, if you have the abdominal strength and you're able to, then go ahead and just lie flat on the mat with a neutral spine. So we know a neutral spine is where there's that natural neutral arch in the lower back, natural curve in the spine. We'll just shuffle down as far as you can see. You take your breath in through the nose and just allow the muscles to relax. So you feel the belly rising into the air like a balloon filling with air. And then on the exhale, you gauge that pelvic floor, transverse abdominal, so you feel the muscle wrap around you like a corset, like cling wrap, wrapping around you to support the lower back on the hips. Now gently roll that pubic bone towards the belly button. So you're imprinting the pelvis, switching on those oblique muscles, and you feel that lower back just lengthened into the mat. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Be careful they don't hike up towards the ears. Now with that pelvis in the imprint, let's pick the legs up one at a time. Inhale, exhale. Good. And press the knees together and the ankles together. So switch on those inner thighs. Now take your breath in, exhale, go ahead, extend the knees. So you're sending the legs straight up to the ceiling. Now if there's any tightness in the hamstrings or lower back, then you can slightly bend the knees, just soften the knees and avoid any pulling, any pressure on the lower back, okay? If you have the flexibility, go ahead, fully extend the knees and feel the muscles on the front of the thighs, pulling up on the patella, pulling up on that kneecap, all the way up to the hip. Good, so with the legs at 90 degrees in the hip, let's exhale. We start by lowering the leg. As you lower the leg, think of deepening that imprint. So you're driving that pubic bone up, up, up towards that belly button. Lowering the legs only as low as you can stabilize the pelvis in the imprint. So there should be no popping of that pelvis, okay? So maintain that imprinted pelvis. Legs are on that diagonal. We take a breath in through the nose to hinge the legs up to 90 degrees with the hip. We exhale through the mouth like you're blowing into a straw. Engage your pelvic floor, transverse abdominal. Now really use your abdominals to peel the spine off the mat. Don't just throw the legs over. Use your tummy muscles to do the work. Now, hinge the legs a little bit further. So we go for a deeper stretch through the lower back hamstrings. If you can touch the floor behind you, that's great. If not, don't worry. That's where we're aiming to go towards. But we'll take little steps one at a time. And then you lift the legs to parallel, flexing the ankles. So I like to flex the ankles to deepen the stretch through my hamstrings and my calves. I open my legs a hip width as I inhale. I exhale, maintain the connection through my abdominals and begin to roll down. So as I roll down, it's spinal articulation. So really controlling the movement. I'm trying to keep my shoulders, my aim is to keep the shoulders on the mat, so avoid rounding those shoulders forward. And then I continue exhaling and lower my legs onto that diagonal position again. Gently pointing the feet. Let's bring the feet together again. So it's an inhale through the nose to hinge the legs up to 90 degrees with the hip. Exhale through pursed lips, blowing into that straw. Engage your pelvic floor, transverse abdominals, obliques as well. Use the tummy muscles, use your abdominals. Peel the spine off the mat until you're resting on the shoulder blades, but not on the neck, okay? It's just on the shoulder blades. And then you hinge the legs a little bit further. So hinging the legs,
So again, only go as far as you can stay on the shoulder blades and not on the neck. If you can touch the floor, that's great. If not, don't worry. We'll get there. Lift the legs so they're parallel to the mat. Flex the ankles. Open the legs a hip width on the inhale. Exhale, begin to roll down using the tummy muscles to control that roll down. Good. Try to keep those shoulder blades on the mat. Really controlling the movement. Legs at 90 degrees. And then you continue to exhale, lower the legs onto the diagonal. Gently point the feet. Let's do one more. Bring those legs together again. Breathing into the nose to hinge the legs. Exhale through pursed lips. Engage that pelvic transverse abdominal. Use the tummy muscles. Peel the spine off. And over. Resting on the shoulder blades, not on the neck. Go a little bit further, hinging the legs over so you go for a deeper stretch. If you can touch the floor, that's great. Just don't go onto your neck. Lift the legs, flex the ankles. Feel that stretch. Inhale, open the legs a hip width. Exhale, now rolling through the spine. Keep the abdominals engaged. Don't collapse. And you're rolling through the center of the spine. Shoulder blades on the mat. Legs at 90 degrees. And then continue the exhale. Lower the legs onto the diagonal. Gently point your feet. Bring the legs together again. And bend your knees. Good. So let's move you on from there. If you just reach for one leg, roll yourself right up sitting. And then we bend back the other way with the one leg kick. So with your one leg kick, you're lying prone or belly down on the mat. As you lie prone, your legs are hip distance apart. They're still parallel. And then you place your forearms. So you make a fist and you place your forearms on the mat. And now really sliding those shoulders away from the air. So be careful we don't dump into the shoulders. Really slide the shoulders down. As you slide the shoulders down, think of really pulling the abdominals away from the mat. So pull that belly away from the mat to support your lower back. So be careful we don't collapse into the lower back because that puts lots of pressure on that lower back. So you really want to engage through the abdominals, that abdominal wall. Good. And think of really pulling the belly right through to the spine to support that lower back. So the shoulders are stable, slide those shoulders down, and the pelvis is in a nice neutral position. Good. The pubic bone resting on the mat. Don't worry if the pubic bone comes off the mat. Good. We will work towards that. So with the shoulders nice and stable, with the abdominals switched on to support the lower back, it's an exhale. You bend the knee and it's a pulse, pulse, and inhale to release. Change to the other side. Exhale, pulse, pulse, and inhale, release. Let's do the other side. So it's exhale, flex, point, and flex, and inhale, release. Change to the other side. Exhale, point, and flex, and inhale, release. Let's do two more. Exhale, point, and flex, and inhale, release. Last one. Exhale, point, and flex, and inhale to release. Take your breath in to stay there, and then exhale, lengthening down onto the mat. Let's place the hands on the mat. Push yourself right back into a shell stretch. So whenever you extend the spine, you must stretch that out. Just sitting back against the heels, rounding the shoulders forward. If you have a ball or pillow, you can place that just between the ribs and the hips. And just stay there. Take a few breaths in and out, and in and out. And this is such a lovely stretch to get that breath going into the sides and the back of the rib cage. Okay, deep breath in and out. Okay, so that's it for today. Your rollover and your one leg kick. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.